I swear this is getting out of hand. It's like with every passing day, the house gets messier and messier. I swear I'm starting to think that they're doing it on purpose. But I will say it's not as bad, at least compared to the previous tenants that were here. Ugh, so many urine bottles. And I will also say this much, they at least clean up after themselves. Sometimes. Although lately it seems that they're doing it out of spite. I don't know what for, but that's on them. All right. Should be almost done here. Just got to give this spot a little more of a scrub. And done. Nothing like some good old-fashioned elbow grease and soap. Let's just hope that this time they'll try not to make such a mess in here. Oh, hello there. I didn't hear you come in. Are you okay? You look very confused. A prank? I can assure you this is no prank, and I need to ask, how did you get in here? I certainly did not hear the front door open. You did what? What is wrong with you? Don't you know how it's dangerous breaking into your own home through a window? Oh, not to mention the amount of rumors and unwanted attention it will bring. How rude! That is no way you should be speaking to a gentleman such as myself. Now, if you'll excuse me. I'm going to check and make sure you didn't break the windows on your way in. Can't have you getting hurt from such leftover glass shards. I don't see any glass shards, and it looks like the windows are still intact. Ah, I see. You opened them from the outside. That explains why you left the windows cracked open. Of course I've noticed. I figured that maybe you wanted a draft to come in through the house. Not to mention, it definitely helps to vent the house while cleaning. I am not a thief, and yes, this might be a strange sight to see, but I am far from being estranged. With that said, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Mr. Brendan Clements, but you may call me Mr. B for short. And before you ask, yes, I am a ghost. No need to trouble yourself with the introductions. I am fully aware of who you are. I was looking through the documents you were signing during the leasing process. That, and I picked up your name from the realtor during the tour. Well, it's important to have an idea about who's going to be staying under this roof. Don't need some random hooligan up to no good in here. Not in my master's house. No, yes. You see, this house used to belong to my master a long time ago. I beg your pardon. I am not ancient. I will have you know that I am only... let's see. My last birthday just passed a few weeks ago, so that would have been... 170 years old if I were still alive today. No, it is all right. All is forgiven. I'm not surprised that you seem startled by my presence. I don't exactly make my presence known to the tenants here, you know. Isn't it obvious? I usually tend to scare them off, which isn't something I want, because the house needs to stay under someone's contract. You see, this house once belonged to my master, a Miss Juanita Consteo. She was the one who hired me along with various others. My master, such the sweetest and most patient of souls that I could have ever had the chance of working with. As you know, time gets the better of us all. Many of her servants came and went, but I was the only one that remained. Yes, for over 30 years to be exact. She considers me one of the best, and I worked both day and night to keep that title. Anyways, as I said before, time does get the better of us. Well, her specifically. Upon her deathbed, she asked me to take care of this house for her. It was her last dying wish, and of course, I had to fulfill it. Following her death, she had written in her will for a majority of her assets to go to me, along with the house. Of course, her remaining family, who were a bunch of extremely ungrateful and spoiled brats, by the way, they did not like this. And then they used every dirty trick in the book to get me to give in and sell the house off to them. Obviously not. Oh, they came close, but I stood my ground. In the end, though, they gave up, and I kept the house intact, just as she asked. But of course, not even I could escape the hands of time. Or so I thought. When my time came, I was expecting to enter the afterlife. But instead, I woke up and found myself making eye contact with my own dead body. Yes, it was quite a weird and surreal experience, to be sure. But at the same time, I was far too focused on trying to figure out why I remained here as a ghost. No, I never could figure out why my soul remained here, but I like to believe that it had something to do with my master's final wish to ensure that I take good care of her house. And so I have dedicated the rest of my eternity to doing just that. It was not easy, of course. So many have come and gone, and I was a bit disheartened to see some of the many relics of this house's past being removed or rotting away. There was even a time when I tried to make my presence known to the other tenants in this house, but I inadvertently scared them away. And I certainly didn't want this house to perish, so I kept quiet, watching and listening. But of course, not all of the tenants who have resided here have had that same level of care and respect that I do. There were many troublemakers I've come across, and I obviously couldn't just stand idly by and watch them trash what was once my master's place of residency. Oh, well, let's just say I did what I had to do. Which honestly wasn't much, considering how easy it was to scare them off. But I will say, after cleaning up the messes you were making, I thought for sure you were one of those too. But perhaps I have misjudged you. Tell me something. You made these messes on purpose, didn't you? Yes, I figured as much. It was starting to get more and more obvious. So, you did it to catch a potential thief. Is that correct? Well, rest assured, I am certainly no thief. I, unfortunately, cannot leave this property, even if I desired to. Do not apologize. I understand your concerns. I am just grateful that we managed to get a better understanding of the situation. Oh, yes. Please feel free to ask. No, not necessarily. I do serve my master, but since they have passed, I more or less serve what remains of them. Which would be this house, of course. However, seeing as you are the new owner, or rather master, of this house in particular, I more or less do have to serve you in some capacity. You wish to see what it is that I look like? Of course, please forgive me. I've been invisible for so long. I forget to make my physical appearance visible to others. Here. Give me just a second. How's this? Is this much better? Is there something wrong? You've suddenly gone all quiet. Ah, well, thank you. Uh, that is awfully kind of you to say. Well, it seems that when I did become a ghost, I retained my appearance back from when I was a younger man. By the way, shouldn't you get going? It is almost time for your shift, is it not? No, do not worry about the mess. I will take care of it. No, no, it is all right. It is my duty, after all. There is no need for any sort of repayment. Very well. But won't that be rather difficult, seeing as I am a ghost? Very well then. Now you must hurry or you will be late. Yes, the pleasure, as you put it, is mine as well. I am looking forward to a long-lasting relationship between the two of us.